The racing heart, the tightness in your chest, the thoughts that won't stop spinning. Anxiety after 60 robs you of life's enjoyment. But what if I told you there's a reason your anxiety feels different now? I've spent years working with adults over 60, and I've discovered that the breathing technique most doctors recommend actually makes anxiety worse for seniors. Instead, there's a simple 4-7-8 method that works with your aging nervous system, not against it. Like my client Martha, who found relief after months of sleepless nights, you too can experience calm. Let me show you how this gentle approach works. The hidden face of anxiety after 60. Did you know that anxiety actually feels different in your body after 60? It's not just in your head. The tight chest, the upset stomach, the constant headaches. These physical symptoms might actually be anxiety showing up in a new way. Many seniors don't even realize they're experiencing anxiety because it looks so different now. When you were younger, you might have felt nervous thoughts, worry, or that classic racing heart. But after 60, anxiety often wears a disguise. Like a chameleon changing colors to blend with its environment, anxiety adapts to aging bodies, presenting as body aches, digestion problems, or sleep troubles instead of obvious worry. Here's what makes this tricky. Doctors often miss anxiety in older adults. When you mention stomach problems or headaches, they look for physical causes first. And that makes sense. They want to rule out serious health issues. But sometimes, after all the tests come back normal, they still don't connect these symptoms to anxiety. Let me share what I've seen in my work with seniors. Mrs. Jenkins came to me convinced she had a serious stomach problem. After numerous tests found nothing wrong, we discovered her symptoms worsened when checking finances after retirement. Those stomach problems were actually anxiety manifesting physically. Similarly, Mr. Rodriguez suffered from constant muscle tension and headaches that barely responded to pain medication. During our conversations, we found these symptoms improved dramatically when he limited his stressful news consumption. His body was expressing anxiety through physical discomfort. The research backs this up. Studies show that 10 to 20% of adults over 60 experience significant anxiety. That's 1 in 5 seniors. Yet it's one of the most underdiagnosed conditions in older adults because it doesn't look how doctors expect it to look. Your body's stress response changes as you age. The physical symptoms become more prominent while the emotional feelings might be less obvious. Consider whether you've noticed physical complaints that come and go, pain that moves around your body, or sleep problems that started without any clear cause. These might be signs that anxiety is affecting you physically. What you might call just worrying, or that's just how getting older feels, could actually be clinical anxiety that can be treated. Many seniors accept these symptoms as part of aging for years before realizing they could get relief. Understanding these changes is the first step to feeling better. Once you recognize that your physical symptoms might be connected to anxiety, you can start addressing the real cause instead of just treating the symptoms. Why does anxiety feel so different after age 60? The answer lies in how your nervous system processes stress as you age. Your body starts expressing anxiety through more physical symptoms than emotional ones. The worry in your mind gets translated directly into body sensations. As we age, our bodies produce more inflammation when under stress, causing pain, digestive issues, and sleep problems. Simultaneously, the part of your brain that processes emotions works differently now. You might not feel emotionally worried, even while your body reacts strongly to stress. Take Mrs. Taylor, who was confused about her symptoms. "I don't feel particularly worried," she told me, "but my doctor says my blood pressure spikes every time I come to the office." Her body was having an anxiety response even when she didn't feel emotionally anxious. In another case, Mr. Allen developed mysterious dizziness. After months of tests for various conditions, his doctor finally connected it to anxiety. Despite insisting he wasn't anxious, his body was responding differently than in his younger years. The physical symptoms of anxiety after 60 can include stomach problems like nausea, constipation, or diarrhea, headaches and other unexplained pain, fatigue that doesn't improve with rest, muscle tension, especially in your neck and shoulders, dizziness or feeling unsteady. Sleep problems, either trouble falling asleep or staying asleep. Increased heart rate or palpitations. Shortness of breath without physical exertion. These symptoms feel very real. And they are real. The pain isn't imaginary just because it stems from anxiety. Your body is physically responding to stress signals from your brain. For many seniors, these symptoms create a cycle. You notice a physical symptom, worry about your health, which causes more anxiety and more symptoms. My client George experienced this with breathing difficulties that led to emergency room visits despite normal test results. Once we identified anxiety as the cause, he learned techniques to calm his body's response before symptoms escalated. The good news? Once you understand that these physical symptoms might be anxiety, you can start addressing the real cause with treatments that are often simpler than you might think. Small changes to your daily routine can make a big difference. Most importantly, you don't have to accept feeling bad as just part of getting older. Whether you're experiencing traditional worry or these physical symptoms of anxiety, help is available, starting with recognizing what's really happening in your body. I remember Sarah, who lived with stomach issues for 7 years despite dietary changes and medications. When she finally connected these symptoms to anxiety and started treatment, she said, "I can't believe I spent so many years feeling bad when the solution was so simple." Now that we know your nervous system processes stress differently after 60, causing more physical symptoms than emotional ones, let's look at a simple technique that works with these changes. Understanding the problem is just the beginning. The next step is learning practical tools for your specific situation.